Something special. I'm old enough that I remember the original. I was a little kid, but I remember it. And when I did the scene, when I had this, everybody knows what sides are, right? Sides are the pages, the scenes that you do for an audition. So when I had the sides, there was this scene where I give up my seat, and the way I read him, he was mortally wounded, but he was trying to hide it from Boomer. He didn't want her to know. He was a real hero type. You could tell that this guy was a special guy, willing to give up his life and his seat to the resident genius so that he could survive, because he saw, there wasn't going to be much left of humanity. There was a nuclear war going on, and they had been attacked, and the planet was going to be destroyed. So that said a lot about who he was. You could tell the writing was excellent, but at the time, I think there was a real lull in sci-fi shows of that capacity. There really wasn't anything like Battlestar. And to this day, Battlestar really set a new precedent. There's nothing really been like it since. There's been some excellent shows like The Expanse, and there's been other ones, but he was really doing something new. I don't think any of us really had a sense of the true potential of the show until we were well into it. Maybe by the end of the first season, because I think end of the first season, or even by the time we started the second season, we had like Time magazine say this is the best show on television. The critics, people the response to the show started coming back, and it was exceptional. That said, our veterans like Edward James Olmos were saying from the jump, and he was like, this is going to be the best thing you ever did. We'd always be like, Eddie, don't curse the rest of our career, please. And he was like, this will be the best thing you've ever done. Appreciate it, love it. He really wanted us to recognize, because this is a Mexican-American who came up in the business when it's very hard to be a Mexican-American. There's only so many roles to fight for, but he was such an amazing actor. He's a 7-time Tony Award-winning actor. Incredible actor, but he came up and he struggled, and he had a really, really good career. He's an Academy Award nominee, but he knows how tough the business is, and he'd been in it 40 years at that point, as had Mary, as had Michael Hogan, and they just knew how special it was, and that's why they signed on to the show, because they read that pilot, they saw the potential of it, and they heard from the showrunners, Ron Moore and David Icke, about where they were taking the show, what the vision was, and they when you had actors of that caliber sign on with full confidence, and you're young like we were, when they'd say it, you'd want to believe in it, but you were also like, is he being serious? Like, is it really going to be this big? And now looking back, and even 2 years in, we were like, wow, this is really something incredible. And Eddie always said, 20 years from now, this show is going to still be talked about all the time. The last couple of years, we've arguably had more press about Battlestar than we've ever had. It's nuts. It's crazy. This many years later, Eddie's just some sort of mystic. Nostradamus. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm just so grateful to have been part of that amazing piece of art. And yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah, very, very grateful. Thank you.